guys, welcome to another amazing episode of Princess and Friends. And today I actually have one of my friends in the building, so it definitely is Princess and Friends. Would you like to introduce yourself, young man?
Go by the name of 10. You already know. You can find me on Instagram, NYC_TEN.
Yeah, he couldn't wait to do all of that. I usually do it at the end, but yeah. So follow him, like and all that.
not to mention, you gotta plug the thing, Black Spades UK. On on IG.
Yeah. Not 10 doing promo at the beginning. No, 10, you're too much. So 10.
Get this going.
So 10, it's a pleasure to have you here today. I want to talk to you about a couple of things, and you know how we do. For those of you that don't know, me and 10 are always chopping it up, going at it. We're both strong personalities, we're both having strong opinions, and we don't mind getting into the nitty gritty of subjects, and that's kind of what we're going to do today, kind of just get into topics, unpack it, etc, etc. So 10, how are you feeling today? You good?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good. I'm blessed.
Yeah?
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, awesome.
It's nice to see you. I didn't see you in a little while. But
in a couple of weeks. Yeah. It's nice to see you too. So, 10, as you know, there's a whole heap of controversy going on in the media right now. You and I talk a lot about, you know, female and male relationships, the dynamics between men and women, how, you know, what men should do in order to protect women, etc, etc. You're a man that's been in the industry, in the entertainment industry. For those of you that don't know, Ten's in the entertainment industry. He's a musician. He does a lot of things, different bits and pieces in the entertainment industry. So you know a lot about it. How much experience have you got in the industry again?
About 10 years.
About 10 years, yeah. So you know the inner workings of it all. So I'm going to get straight into it, 10, because this topic is hot and popping. I've been having debates with people back and forth for about a week now.
What type of debates you been having?
Well, basically, people are saying, so in regards to Diddy, so this is what we're going to talk about, guys. Diddy and Cassie, we all know what's going on. The fact that Cassie has taken a payment from Diddy, people are saying, you know, at the end of the day, she was wrong for doing that. Not wrong, but she wasn't looking out for other people that this may have happened to, because she took the payout and she didn't go the route of actually exposing him fully to the public. And in actual fact, the thing that actually has exposed him is the camera footage of him actually beating her in a hotel. So what are your thoughts surrounding it? I know you're in the industry, you know a lot about these type of things, you've seen a lot, you've lived a lot, so talk to me.
I got a lot of different thoughts that this just people don't want to hear. You know how we do and how I talk, and like I don't care what everybody else is talking about. Like, yo, listen, I see what this is for real. Like, let's talk about this. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm starting to see is like people are really just hounding in on what he did, but we not talking about what she may have did. We not talking about the other people that was keeping quiet that's now coming out just because the video coming out. It's everybody's driven by money. You know what I'm saying? If we looking at, and I'm not making this no excuses for what Diddy did, but we only seen what Diddy did. And I want to ask too, are we only upset because we seen the video? Because before that, there were people taking up for him. Oh, maybe she's lying. Maybe she just wants some money. Why she didn't say nothing before? And what you saying now seems like that's the conversation you've been getting.
Yeah,
I've been hearing that same thing from a couple of people. Like, oh, why? So why you getting the money? Why you didn't say nothing before? Because now, look, 8 years later, this is just coming out. What was your response to some of those people?
Well, I was saying to them, look, it's traumatic, and also he was really, really powerful. He still is powerful. That's why people are still not coming out and talking. Cassie's friends are, and now people in drips and drabs are beginning. But do you really think in the music industry people didn't know that this was going on? Like you said, why didn't people speak up in the first place? Why is it only now that this footage is the footage that has altered people's thought processes, because it's undeniable. So when she came out and said it, it was still questioned. He was still getting support just because of who he is, not because his reputation or his character is so pure that people would say, no, never you. Because there are some people out there that you think, oh, they're of such good character. But we've all heard things about Diddy. We've all heard these types of things. And even the way he so flagrantly talks to men on different platforms and whatever, there's something that's amiss. But yet still, nobody took up for Cassie. Well, we can't say nobody, but a very few people took up for her publicly. And now we're seeing people slowly slide into the arena of, okay, then maybe Diddy did it because we've got footage of it. And it just makes me think, how many other women did he do this to? Also, the industry, is it even a safe place for women? Because she came in as a 19-year-old young girl, minimal experience of the industry, and Diddy kind of targeted her, just from my perspective, my limited perspective, and kind of she never did music again after that. But she was, she was
definitely
abused.
Targeted her.
Well,
but
that's what I think.
This is a common thing going on in the industry. The people that are at the top, the people that have money, they can get what they want and do what they want. But that's in any business in the industry. We all, unless it's your thing, anybody that you work for who's at the top, you're going to take that direction. Or you want to be close to that person that you can make more money, that you could have the perks and stuff that come along with being at the upper echelon with them people there. You know what I'm saying? And so you're gonna take abuse. You're gonna take disrespect. So this environment is all just like to me, this is like a whole grooming type of thing. Like the whole industry is like a whole grooming type of thing. And it seeps out into the music, into the public. Because like the music is, I see so like I work in the industry full of women. I talk to different women. I hear their relationship. It's just like a lot of women are driven by money. It's just money. So whoever got the most money, you could treat me how you want to treat me. There's women that told me, like, yeah, if he got millions of dollars, he's taking care of me. I don't care what he do. I don't care if he cheat. So that already lets me know that money is controlling how these women see things. They want to get this done, that done, because of the money. Oh, this is what them type of men like. All right, I'm gonna get this done. You're not doing it for yourself. I already talked to a lot of women, like, oh, why you get this done for? If it's for me, for you, for you. So you're not happy with you. All right, but now you with this guy, he got money, you taking pictures in Ferraris, you in Dubai every 2 seconds, like, so I'm knowing it's about the money. You know what I'm saying? And I want to speak on like, how do we get younger women? Because you have children, we have daughters. How do we get them not to focus on money and focus on them, like the inner love? Who love yourself? Who cares who got all this money? Because half them guys, they controlling, they screwed up anyway. They used to having control. Nobody tells them no. So what you gonna do? You gonna come along? I got you from nowhere. You don't have this. You don't have $1 billion like Diddy. How you telling me no? You can't tell me no.
So then he takes it. But then is that right? Do we have to focus on these girls and their self-love? Because, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I believe so as well. Self-love, definitely, because that would empower them to actually know their worth. But imagine remember when you were 19? Imagine somebody who you look up to, who is an absolute legend and trailblazer in the industry, comes and says, Beyonce comes and says, I want you. you're going to be beside me and I'm going to make you famous. I'm going to make all your dreams come true. Sometimes it's just naivety. Sometimes it's not even money hungry. Like, it's your dream. You're a musician. You know what it's like to have your music and want the world to hear it and love it and know who you are as an artist. I don't necessarily think that it's always money orientated. Sometimes this person is in a position of power to make your dreams happen, and you trust them and you say, do you know what, this person has come to help me, I will put my trust in them. And then you end up in that type of situation because she was trusting him. That's what it was. This is
what I'm saying. When you said it's not necessarily about money, this is what I'm saying to you. It's all about the money. Because if he don't have that money, you can't tell me nothing that I'm putting trust in you. It's because I see your level of success with money and all these employees and these people are they at your beck and call. When you say sit, they sitting down. When you say stand, they jumping. Like, so if I could see that type of power, it's the power, money, power, respect. Like, that's what it's all about, right? So if I see that type of power, that's what I'm looking at. Like, that's what the 19-year-old is looking at. So what I'm saying to you is, how do we get the 17, the 18, the 16-year-old girl to see, like, yo, that power and that money comes with a huge price. Yeah. That comes with a price.
Yeah. I think what was deter them is stuff like that video. And women being really honest about what happens. Not just women, because this happens to men. Let's be for real.
But that's another thing.
This happens
to men too.
This is not.
I've been in them situations, girl hitting on me. It's crazy too. Look, what I'm gonna tell the police? What I'm gonna tell anybody? Oh, she hit. You're a man. You're a big man. Suck it up. So it's okay. So, like, check this out. If that was a girl doing that to a man in the same video, would we have the same outrage? That's something to talk about too. And we don't never talk about that. We don't never talk about male abuse. There's men that get abused.
Yeah, they do.
It's men like me. I've been in situations where women was abusing me. Yeah. And because I'm like, how I'ma say something? For me to have that in my brain, like how I'ma say something, because nobody's looking at that. Like, that's an issue. Like, yo, you're a big man. Like, look at your size. Like, you're a big man. She hit you, whatever. Brush it off, walk away. But if I do it, it's an issue. But if the woman do it, it's okay.
It's not okay. And I think I hear you and I'm with you and I feel it. It's not okay. I work for domestic violence advocacy. We take men and we take women. I think what it is nowadays is that men don't want the stigma of looking weak. So they don't want to be like, do you know what? I'm getting bullied at home. I'm getting financially abused at home. This is what's happening, because it's for them, their shame when they tell their friends.
They don't want to look weak because it's the woman. The same thing. There's the same manipulation that's going on with men do to women. Women do to them type of men that's getting abused. It's the same thing. You weak. You're a weak man. Like, I don't want no weak man. Right? So now that's starting to devalue that man. Yo, I'm a weak man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all. It's just like you said it. How I'm going to get hit and I'm going to tell my boys, yo, she's beating on me, bro. Like, they're going to laugh. Are you serious?
But then is that, so what I'm trying to say is maybe men need to make space for other men to really be vulnerable then. Because even me saying that, are you receiving that? Are you really going to be like, okay, you know what, I'm going to make space for the next man that comes along, or I speak to him and deal with him in a different way? Because I find men are quite harsh with each other. Men are quite harsh. They'll be like, oh, they'll kind of banter and take the mickey out of each other. I feel like with women, we have more empathy from the jump. We'll be more like, oh, what happened? Why is that? How are you feeling, etc.
I mean, that's in your nature.
This is what I'm saying. So when I hear men saying, oh, you know, we don't get the empathy, we don't get recognized. Like, I hear a lot about men talking about their mental health, abuse, like you've just spoken about. And I'm like, but women, if you're honest, because I know that you have a lot of women in your network, they are empathetic towards you. What are the men like? Really?
Not really.
Well, I am. Bloody.
Not really.
I'm empathetic to you.
Not really, fam. Just the people that's really around me. Maybe you and like, but like not everybody else. Everybody else see me as like, yo, you this cocky individual. You like, you got a million girls. You this cocky individual. You just full of yourself. Like, so they never gonna be empathetic towards me. They think like, yo, I got it like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm humble. I'm cool.
Are you looking for the what? So you said you've been in those situations where a woman is actually being abusive to you. Yeah. And I know what you're like. You're like a big friendly giant. You're not. I mean, you're loud, etc., etc. But you're not gonna be getting into it with any woman like that. You know, confrontational, etc. So what did you need in that moment? What did you actually need from, I don't know, your friends, your family? What could people do to help you? Did you even talk to your family? Did you talk to your friends?
Nobody to talk to. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can't talk to nobody about nothing like that. How you gonna tell somebody, or you gonna, like I told you, like you a female friend of mine, I'm gonna tell you like, yo, this person, I could say like, yo, this person was hitting on me, and then you could give me some from a woman's perspective. But as far as men, come on, ain't no men hearing that. What is we gonna do? We ain't looked at like, yo, bro, you gotta take that. Like, we big men, yeah, if she hit you, whatever, like, walk away. That's what we taught. Like, yo, if she hit, walk away. But if you hit, it's game over. Like, nothing else to talk about. Like, you a monster, and that's just what it is. Even if you defend yourself, like, it's the line is so thin. Even if you defend yourself sometimes, like, well, you should have just let her hit you. Like, imagine this. This is what you could be told. Like, you should just let her hit you and walk away. Like, you, even if you restrain something nowadays, that could be an alleged abuse. You know what I'm saying? If a woman's hitting on me and I restrain her, or you know what I'm saying, and she's acting out of, and I sit her down, she could say that I'm abusing her, and they could take it like that. If I grab her tight to restrain her because she got any bruises around her arm, now I'm the abuser. But I was restraining somebody.
So I think the difference is that a woman would call the police. Well, in the majority of the time, a woman or her network, somebody. But what is the stigma with men not wanting to report that type of abuse? Because like I said, I work in that field. I do see men that come forward. Nobody takes it
serious.
Really?
At all. So, and that's why I said it's like the same thing that women go through. There's women that really is getting abused and nobody's taking them serious. So I could understand how they feel. Like, I know that, like, nobody's taking you serious. Like, yo, bro, come on. What you really want us to do? I've been in situations where I called. I'm like, yo, you don't see my I'm bleeding up. Like, what's up? You ain't gonna do nothing. Yo, just go ahead, cool everything down. I'm like, if this was me and this was her leg and I did this, brother, I'd be in handcuffs. What? So I've already seen that don't even work. So now how I look at it is like, I can't be around a woman that's about confrontation. Like, yo, if you start acting up, I'm like, yo, I'm good, because I don't need no headache. I don't want to be around a woman that's just headache 24/7. Like, yo, listen, I don't need that. Like, obviously people are going to have disagreements, but like, yo, if you can be cool, like I don't even want to deal with it.
Yeah, I think we get used to dealing with a lot of toxicity. We can get conditioned to do that. And I think society now is very toxic, to be perfectly honest with you. When we see relationships and you see there's memes and stuff that go around and women be like, oh, if he's not a little bit toxic, I don't want it. But it's the same with men as well. I think that's being fed to us as well. Peace is not as valued as it should be, because we're getting used to kind of just low emotional intelligence, because that's what it comes down to as far as I'm concerned.
And like, going back to the Cassie and Diddy thing, and this is what I'm saying. I have a problem with people being so outraged over the Diddy situation only because they seen the video. Only because you seen the video. There's millions of women in a relationship right now dealing with that same situation.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? And there's women that's dealing with it that's trying to call out for help. Nobody's believing them. Then there's also women that's dealing with it and they abusing the man too. So they in a toxic situation. So that's one. The other one is there's women that's dealing with it and still running back to the situation. So we got three things across the board. So I want to understand, why is this so big? What is this about? Because there's a lot of people dealing with it right now. A lot of people dealing with it right now. So what's the real issue with the Diddy thing? It's just because you seen it that you mad? Because you dealing with it, right? Or you know we know somebody that's been through this same situation and that's going through it. And we've talked to them or maybe given them advice. Yo, leave. All right, I'm gonna leave. And then they stay there. So what are we really mad at? That's what I would really want to get down. I'm not defending Diddy and whatever he's doing, not calling Cassie anything. I'm saying, like, to the root of this whole situation. Why is the public so concerned with this footage, but not concerned with what's... You know how much actors that's dealing with domestic situations that nobody's talking about? You know how much athletes that's doing the same thing that nobody... But just because it's not on video...
You said something really poignant earlier when you were saying Diddy has so much influence that nobody's telling him no. He's got so much money that no one's telling him no, and he's not used to that. And it kind of reminded me of a child when you tell a spoiled child no, and they have a tantrum and they will do everything to get their way. And unless you condition them and show them, like, absolutely not, you're not getting your way, they're going to stay that way and possibly get worse. And if there's nobody overseeing him and being like, actually, your behavior, that's not how you're going to behave around here. And I think we hear about this in the industry a lot, and it concerns me because it's like, it's allowed, as far as I'm concerned. This type of stuff is allowed. People allowed R. Kelly to do what he did. People allowed Diddy to do what he did because they were in the know. They knew about it. So it's like, why, when, like you say, it's now come out, why is everybody upset? How come they weren't upset when he was doing it? And should something be put in place?
We need to talk about the people that watch this stuff going on, condone it, and don't say nothing. Right. Because that makes the whole thing be what it is.
They're an enabler.
Them enablers, to me, they just as guilty. They just as guilty. If I'm gonna watch a SA go down, if I'm gonna watch a R word go down, and I don't do nothing about that, what am I? What am I? And that's them people that enabled that situation. And I heard, I heard one guy, one of the security guards come out. He's like, well, it was about my job. Like, she was hitting him too. So, like, there's a couple of times I got to go in between them. But listen, it was my job. Like, yo, what I'm gonna do if I say something, then I'm gonna lose money and I gotta feed my family. And so, and this is the thing that I'm talking about. So we gotta hold those people accountable, and that's not talked about enough. Fam, if you see something like that, you see abuse going down, and you working for a mogul or whatever like that, if you afraid to lose your job, then you just as guilty. That's how I feel, because with that situation, it's no gray area. You either on this side or you on that side when it comes to the abuse. So
I hear you, and you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And
understand what I'm saying? Because I'd be like, yo, bro, she don't want to do that, and you forcing her to do that. Like, nah, I don't even want to be a part of this. Keep the money, brother. Like, keep the money. So I think that it's just based on like it's only but so much you could do. I think that if you see somebody instructing somebody, then that now it's a problem.
Or if they look intoxicated or whatever, or maybe
that's a one thing. Hold on. That's a one thing with me. Like even at the shows that I do, and when men come around me say, this girl want to meet you, a woman that's too intoxicated, miss,
no.
Have a nice night. Because you don't know where you are right now. You probably don't know what you're doing. And tomorrow, you probably not this person that's standing in front of me right now. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I got to take that into account. So I don't like intoxicated women around me. Like when you too intoxicated, all right, you cool, you nice. When you get too intoxicated, it's time for you to go.
Like
We've been in things together where I'm like, she gotta go. She gotta go. But because this is the type of thing that happens. You know what I'm saying?
You have to safeguard yourself. I mean, I think even if someone would ask, like, even if it was a whisper, are you okay with this? If you're not, just whatever the case may be, and I'll make an excuse and I'll leave. Do you know what I mean? Is that possible? I don't know. I don't know how
it is, but what the thing is that when somebody's coming onto you,
you wouldn't even think
you don't even think to act something like that. So I could understand that part too. When somebody's coming onto you, like they want you, how do I know that that's maybe you're intoxicated? How do I know that you're not drugged at that point?
You don't know.
I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking. And then now it goes back to like how we saying. Now I see the situation. I might be looking at this like, oh, this is that person.
You're
so
starstruck yourself.
I'm starstruck. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not thinking, there's no way that you want to do this. Oh, you just freaky like that. That's what I'm putting in my head to fulfill my fantasy or my idea of the payment or whatever. It can't be nothing that I'm doing, right? I'm innocent in this. I show up as you hire me. What I got to do with this? You know what I'm saying? I could see what I'm saying. Like, I could see when you say like, oh, if it's an instruction going on, then I'm going to be like, yo, bro, nah.
Yeah.
Like that right there. That's we're not doing that.
So do you think that there should be like some type of agency or some type of body that these people can go to if they are being in like, in a coercive situation or they are being abused, that they are able to go to and these people actually protect them? Do you think that we need to go that far and actually create a body that is in the industry that people can just go to, they will provide safety, they will provide management? Do you think that it's that bad that we need to do that, or is that a bit too much?
I think that is interesting. I think we do need to do something because I think, like I said, like when we started saying there was a movie called One of the Takens, I think it was part 2 or 3.
Yeah, no,
but it was about that.
Yeah,
they were like capturing women and like drugging them,
and
making them do things against their will, like they didn't want to do. But it was just like you drugging them up, and so like. That's crazy. When I'm gonna go watch that movie tonight as well. But like, no, I'm gonna really watch it because I want to take it in again. Like, this is kind of what he was doing to Cassie for real.
And this is why I'm saying it's real life. So what are the solutions? Because we keep hearing things, artists pop up a decade later saying that they got abused, etc. What can we do to keep them safe? So
this is the thing. You can't. Those athletes, those people of power, you can't be with them then. You can't be with those people of power. So you're saying
you just have to remove yourself?
Remove yourself from men with power.
Wow.
Because men with power like that, this is what they could potentially do. And they could hide it for years. Like, think of the trauma Cassie got now. If we saying right now that it was instructed and she was drugged, think of the trauma she's dealing with.
So don't you think that we have to hold these people accountable, and there should be a body, because we know that this happens. Like you said, this is just what happens when men have power, etc. And it's not just men, but predominantly men have power. This is what happens. So don't you think there should be some type of body, some type of agency to stop this type of exploitation?
Should it be an agency, or that's not
just something? We need something, a body.
It's a ring.
Something.
The FBI got to deal with that.
Yeah, we need something.
Yeah, the FBI got to deal with that, because definitely, like if you guys see that movie, it's the same type of concept, man.
Yeah,
but like I'm saying, yeah. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, he on some type of Epstein type shit. It's an Epstein type of movement. Yo, if you was drugging people, if you were drugging women, if you was drugging Cassie, brother, and telling her to take that, yo, take this, take that. You was drugging her, and then y'all was doing things. You was loosening her up and doing that. After a time, yeah, she probably kind of did it like on her own to make you happy, right? Because of the situation she was in, she was in fear. But fam, you groomed her from 19.
As a big man.
So now looking at that and just taking into account like all the men she might have slept with, like, yo, he wild for that. Exactly. He's wild for that.
Exactly. And what that
that's wild when you think about it. Like
the impact it would have had on her.
Like, remember, that was just a New York situation I know about. Guess what, too? He was doing it with Young Miami.
Really?
Because I know 2 men that dealt with the Young Miami freak-off situation. He was doing it with her, too. Allegedly.
I was thinking about that the other day.
He was doing it with her, too. He was doing it with her, too. And you see, she quiet now. She ain't talking. She ain't saying nothing right now.
This is so sad.
This is what I'm saying. So, is she conditioned? And what is she driven by? It can't be love. You know what's going on with him. You know that he ain't. Remember, she was in the thing holding up signs and like. So imagine Cassie seeing this like, miss.
Yeah, that's true.
You actually doing the same thing. Yeah. Like, I got trauma about. Like, yo, you really, he doing it again? Nah,
that's
we gotta stop this.
why people were saying that she should have spoken up. It shouldn't have took for this long. And I understand trauma. I understand the fact that he was a powerful man, etc. But I'm just saying the things that people are saying to safeguard other women. She had a duty of care, is what I'm hearing, to speak up and say, look, this man is dangerous. You know, please don't don't. If you can, you know, don't get in this predicament with him. Or if you do, at least know that this is what he's capable of. They're saying, like, you know, at the very least, she should have done that. But I also understand when you're traumatized.
When you traumatized, like I said, when you in a toxic situation, a traumatized situation like that, a coerced situation like that, a groomed situation like that, how you getting out of that? How? What is you finna say? This is Diddy. He could silence your voice.
Exactly.
How he could silence your voice?
Exactly. Guys, this topic, we could go on and on and on. I think a part 2 is pending. Why are you quiet? I think a part 2 is most definitely pending. We've touched on some really, really, really significant topics. And I think, you know, things like this need to be talked about more. We need to normalize talking about things like this. It shouldn't be something like this.
You know what, too? You know what I want to bring up, because I seen something online about women dealing with the roadman.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, there's so much young women that love roadmen, right? And these roadmen become abusive, they cheaters, they put you through trauma. They like the beginning of the trauma ties that you deal with in your life. So like, how can we talk to young women to what is the fascination about the roadman? Why do you find that like so attractive?
So intriguing. Yeah. Do you know what? Very briefly, I'll touch on it. I think a lot of the time they're attracted to the power that they perceive this person to have, the status that they perceive this person to have. And also some of the time they don't present as aggressive and rough with these women. They see them outside on the road maybe doing that, but they initially may be soft, kind, gentle, and that might also make them feel special in a way that, oh, okay, he's out there like this, but with me, I bring a different side out in him. So I'm special. Do you know what I mean? So it's very layered, and I really want to get into that because that is an issue. And I know you know a lot of women that are going through a lot. Yeah, I definitely
just be like,
they come to you, they tell you their issues, etc. And that's why I said I have to talk to you about this because
I watch so many videos, right, of guys that been in and out of jail. Then they get out. Then they get with a little girl, like she been. Oh yeah, that's my man. All right. And then next to she's beaten, she's this, or she's dead.
Yeah,
like she's murdered.
It's real.
Like, and then I'd be like, why didn't she think like a guy that's in and out of jail like this? Like something's gotta be like wrong with him.
Yeah, you don't think that because they are traumatized. Men can be traumatized, and when a man is opening himself and he's being vulnerable to you, you see a different side of him. So you have to understand they're not always presenting as this aggressive, controlling monster. Sometimes they can be very manipulative. Of course,
this is what we gotta talk. We gotta talk about grooming. That's the
grooming
topic.
Is our next topic,
grooming
guys.
Is the topic.
Ten, you're coming back for a part 2.
How to spot it. How to notice it, because the way that the roadman groom is a different way from how the Puffy groom, the Diddy groom. You know what I'm saying?
But it's all the same.
But it's all the same type of thing when you break it down. It's all the same thing. Guys, they come nice. Of course, we're gonna come nice. No man gonna tell you I'm grooming. Just come take me. I'm grooming. Let's go. Nah.
Guys, as you can tell, me and Ten could talk forever and a day. I know that you have absolutely enjoyed this. I definitely have. Ten, tell the people where to find you.
Yo, listen, tell them where to find us. Listen.
Yeah, tell them what we got
first of all, you already seen that if you check me out, NYC_TEN, yeah, that's my page on Instagram. But if you check that out,
guys, it's myself, Princess, my wonderful guest and friend, Ten, and we will catch you on the other side. Love.